Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Mike Adler, and I'm the Chief Technology and Product Officer for Enable. I'm excited to share with you all of our Q3 updates that you've seen in N-Central. One of the first updates I want to talk about is our update to our vulnerability management features that we introduced this year. We've introduced new capabilities, including the ability to export data, look deeper into vulnerability details, and new direct links into the impacted asset. We've also added support for third-party application vulnerabilities on Macintosh. We've also added new views that allow a technician to view either the information by vulnerability and all the assets, or to look at an asset or a collection of assets and then look at the vulnerabilities affecting that asset. It gives the technician more ability to quickly understand the data that they need to know what they need to remediate within the infrastructure. Speaking of enhancements, we enhanced Asset View with real-time metrics, including CPU and memory utilization in a graph form. There'll be more metrics to be added, but these new views will make it easier to diagnose an asset and speed up time to resolution when using Asset View. These real-time metrics are building on our new standard Remote Background Manager view. Every technician can choose between the standard view or the advanced view to help them speed up remote diagnosis and remediation tasks. We feel that most tasks will be able to be done through the standard view, which has less clicks and will be easier for technicians to use on a daily basis. We are also excited to release asset tagging. This new mechanism for grouping assets will provide new ways to act on collections of assets and to define them. We have started with what we call static tags. These are tags that you create and assign to an asset. You'll be able to view, sort, filter, and be able to use these tags to eventually assign policy and take actions on a group of assets. We'll be introducing system tags for default views that we know that everyone uses on a day-to-day basis. These will be things like the operating system, the hardware manufacturer, and those kinds of things. And then we'll expand to dynamic tags. Dynamic tags will be a system by which you can create rules and filters in which we will automatically add tags to devices that qualify based on the rules that you specify. And if a device loses and no longer qualifies, it'll automatically lose the tag. Look for continued updates on using asset tags in the near future. I'd also like to touch on some recent agent updates that allow you to see detailed error definition for discovery pre-checks and the ability to exclude duplicate MAC addresses in discovery runs. This will allow you to understand duplicate devices in the environment and quickly make sure that you have a complete and correct view of every asset in the environment. We have also continued the expansion of our user audit events. We now have events including things like take control and the use of advanced remote background manager. We have scripting audit events and the adding and removal of asset tags being logged into our audit view. Q4 is going to continue the pace of innovation for N-Central. We'll be introducing Linux Patching, which is in limited technical preview right now. This expansion of capability will allow organizations to update applications and operating system components for a wide variety of Linux flavors. This will simplify the management of Linux devices for all of our customers and allow you complete visibility and remediation across the IT infrastructure. For vulnerability management, we will be introducing a large export feature for those organizations that need to export over 100,000 rows. We'll also be adding new information around operating system-specific vulnerabilities and predictive exploitability scoring known as CISA KEV. In addition, we'll be adding a scan-on-demand feature to allow an asset to be updated on demand so you can see the impact of any remediation steps that you were taking almost immediately. Asset views will continue to be enhanced in Q4 with new fields, including a column indicating if a reboot is pending on the device, the OS code name as opposed to the OS version number. Virtual machine-specific fields will be enhanced, so for those managing virtual machines, you'll have a better handle of those details. We'll be adding BitLocker status and many others. And as I mentioned, we'll be introducing dynamic tagging, which will allow you to use tagging to group devices in this incredibly dynamic way. I'm also pleased to announce that Halo PSA and Autotask REST API support will be generally available in Q4 as part of the 2025.4 release. We will also be introducing SSO enhancements, including new settings to enhance security with flexible token expiry enforcement, configurable polling intervals, and a one-click option to revoke all sessions from Azure AD and custom IDPs. At last, but certainly not least, we're continuing to work on the CMMC compliant version of N-Central and are getting closer to preview. If you would like to take part in this preview, please reach out and let us know. You can always check out what's coming in N-central by looking at the public roadmap on our website. We continue to innovate and move N-central forward. I look forward to updating you in Q4 on what we've delivered and our plans for 2026 and beyond.